All right, welcome back, Redeemers. This is Redemption Reacts. I'm Keith.
I'm Nick.
I'm Curtis. I'm Curtis.
You cut his line off.
I can't tell Hangul. I don't know when he's done.
It takes too long to say it every time.
Welcome back, Redeemers. This is Redemption Reacts. My name is Keith.
I'm Nick.
환영합니다. 론이다.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Zach.
Take 3.
Fucks.
I'm Ty. I'm Castle, Ruffle Feathers, _the 5th, Junior Jones.
Somebody give him some medicine.
All right, that was Beanie Man. So today we're doing Map of Soul 7 Interlude Shadow. This is the sugar only. Okay, sugar only interlude.
Save you before the comments, bro.
Hey man, I'm not worried about them. I don't read them anyway half the time. The negativity, bro. I'm cool.
That's my ego. That's my ego.
It's the negativity sometimes, man. Don't need it. So right now, this is the intro, but let's get into it real quick, and we can talk about it afterwards.
God tier.
Oh yeah, this is definitely God tier.
Oh. You got the subtitles?
Kurt, pay attention. Pay attention, my guy.
I wanna be rocked. I wanna be the top. I wanna be rocked. I wanna know more. I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna go win. I wanna be rocked. I wanna be the top. I wanna be rocked. I wanna know more. I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna be me. I wanna be king over. Yeah, I gotta be king. Yeah, boom. Raise heart. 내가 어디까지 가지? 정신없이 따라 다 보내 어느새 여기까지 왔지. Yeah, 마음이 뜨거운 중 고개를 버린 듯 컵선 돌쳐봐잖아 따라 오른쪽 빙빙비리 하는 내 그림자 두려워 너가 나는 게는 무섭지 아무도 말 안 해줬잖아.
Love those type of shots. See them bolt drums, those like humble. The speculation that wasn't shot with a boom. They use camera tricks, photography, and other stuff. Things, so.
That shit looks crazy.
Beautiful. I love those shots where people be sitting there on the drums and be going backwards.
So he's like ice, like Lee.
Ew.
That's a dope shot.
That was a sample from UGG, right?
I don't believe so.
I'm pretty sure.
The song they did together.
The song they did together?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I think I know what you're talking about.
No, I know
think that
exactly.
is,
I know
yeah.
exactly what song you're talking about. This is the rap line joint that we did before.
The sample he's talking about. Though. I think
That
I know
little
what part you're talking
distortion,
about.
I'm pretty sure it was that sample.
On this album. I don't think I was on Map of the Soul.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Now this is
you passed the teacher.
Yeah.
You professor.
No, but it's not the sample though.
We just graduated. You're the professor, motherfucker.
This is a good joint though. I did I was feeling the second part a little more though than the first part. When the beat switched up and shit, it was like a Astro World switch up.
Kind of gave me flashes to that Dionysus joint with Sugar part on there.
The production in this video was fucking elite. Y'all know I'm a real
Really
big
was.
sucker for the like those squibble joints that they like that we talked about like on Angel and Devil and on Angel or Devil or a couple other
was
joints
my
and
favorite
stuff.
side,
Yeah, that's what we was talking about too on the side. Like that's done with like a bolt arm, like that they put the camera on there
It
and
has
stuff like that.
preloaded positions. And it's just as long as you're in that position, I'll always go there.
So you know what I mean? I love all that. The Spike Lee shot when Dolly back and it looks like he was on the track and it was recording. I love those shots. Just I guess all the fans or haters or whoever like you know all black like individuals are supposed to be because it looked like they're showing love at some point and then hating at other points. But I like a lot of stuff that's going on here. Map of Soul 7, that album is starting to look like another one of those like non-skips. Because
it
you said
also
you just
has-
yelling ego, so like you said, you know the whole.
It has Ego, it has My Time, it has On, it has shit. It has so many other joints. I can't even think about it off the top of my head. That joint is crazy. You about to pull it up?
Map of soul, map of soul. Sorry, I can't.
Because I don't even
Oh,
have
yeah,
that. I don't even
Filter.
make it right down. I used
Make
to
It Right.
Louder Than Bombs, Friends, yeah. And this ain't even the whole album. What We Love
And
Black
actually,
Swan
this song actually has an extra verse
on Inner Child Moon.
that's not on the video, but it's more along the first verse. But I'll go off at the end.
Yeah, this dope.
When that beat change, it definitely takes it to another level. I was trying to really pay attention to this video, especially once they started doing this shot that I said that I liked the most or whatever. Like you said, it was the bolt, right? Yeah. Once that happened, I'm like, okay, what is he trying to convey? Song wise, like I said, this one's just not for me, but I do love this beat switch, which I'm very critical of beat switches because they're either amazing or they're like, like bro, you could have kept that. This one was pretty dope. I like how he switched. I actually think it was better than the previous beat. But no long talk.
Did those I know he will get into it, but I don't know you really love the song too and stuff like that. Does that whole mirroring and the breaking of the glass and everything, are those all indicative of what's going on? Or should I wait till you sit not?
No, it is, but I'll get into. So
Go ahead, save it. Go ahead, save
All
it.
right.
I just didn't want to forget that. Sorry, Zach.
But I was just gonna say I love the way the video was shot. Really, like all the different shots, like you guys said, that bolt shot, the Spike Lee Dolly. I love that shot. The lyrics, I don't know, something about this hook. I like it for some reason. Like I want to be me. Like I'm just gonna be me, no matter what the haters gonna say. I'm gonna be a king. I'm gonna be a star. I'll be whoever I want to be. Y'all not gonna stop me.
That's what I meant to say too. As far as that hook, I feel like he's done everything, proverbially about the king part, but like being rich, being a star, and all that. That shit is all checked off, bro.
That's why that shit be hard too. I'm not about to turn this into like a giant tangent and shit, but I feel like, what the fuck else you supposed to rap about and shit? Like, cause if I'm being fair and honest, when we listen to artists here, let's take Core for example, because you know we in Philly, if you know, you know, but just basically a rapper who talks about his struggles and everything else. After 2 to 3 albums of struggle rapping, how much struggle is left? And even if you're still talking about it, at this point, you are no longer in that struggle. Yeah. You were rich. You know, it is what it is. You're a rich artist. You're living, you know, all your fantasies, your family's taken care of. Not like the music ain't real no more, but it's just like, what are you...
It might be more of a mental thing, though, like,
I was gonna,
in the sense of not getting comfortable.
right?
Because, like, when you make it,
DMX.
you don't want to go back to that.
Different.
And we've seen people go back to it. Like,
There's no sills, everything else.
yeah, you can't look at it like, all right, I've reached that point. Like, nah, it's like a on paper, yeah, it's checked off. Like he's that bored, he's on that level, no doubt about it. But like you could fall off of that though.
I agree with y'all, but they're literally the Jeff Bezos in their world. It's no way he can look and be like, I'm still hungry in a sense. Like you know what I mean? No. Like I agree with y'all. You can still always be a hungry dog and keep the mentality that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What's driving this
yeah.
type of energy now?
Because that can be my only thought process with this is that like they must still just be motivating each other and themselves to keep their foot on the gas.
Shit, this could be raps he just never got to record and put out for a long time. I got raps from like 2011 in my phone.
I mean, I guess I kind of, like, I agree with you, Nick. I think I'm more in line with what Nas is saying because, like, I'm a firm believer of as soon as you can get it, it can get taken away.
Yeah.
So
and the trick is
I'm
just
always in
getting
the
there,
mindset
staying.
of how can I keep being successful? What can I keep doing to not lose this? You know what I mean? Because especially for us, I feel like there is no ceiling. I don't believe I'm going to hit a ceiling. I'm going to just keep getting better and better and better and better.
And
but I'm never going to be perfect.
That concept of being up at the top, that's subjective too. Because for some, like some people's definition of like how we would say like make it, some people's definition of doing that is just being able to pay their bills doing what they love to do.
Facts.
No, and I agree with both of y'all because like I have the same mindset too, but I guess technically I haven't got to that level to speak about it in a particular way. Yeah. And Nas, I agree too that like it is different levels of happiness. We had this conversation before where it was like sometimes just paying your bills is happiness. But you can't fake a facade. Like, you can't be like, I haven't made it yet. And somebody be like, bro, let's just say, like, you've won Grammys, you've won Billboards, you've won everything. You have 10 #1 albums. You've dominated your market. You've dominated the Western market. You have these accolades.
I haven't made it.
Exactly. So it's just like, you can fool yourself into saying, like, that I still, because, it's crazy I'm saying all this, and I still think they have levels that they didn't hit yet. But like Lo said, it's just like if you die today, it'd be a holiday almost. You've made it. So it's just I feel what y'all saying, but I just wonder what's the pushing motivation behind stuff.
The cat for that, and maybe you could attest to this too, Jack. I know you're like a student of the game. Most of the time, when you get an artist like that, how you usually use like the chord thing, usually you get natural selection that usurps them or brings upon something new. Either new artists come up, they stop making music. The sound changes, underneath you and everything like that, or the industry just change, or just something happens, and it's a catalyst usually for them to just not be where they were anymore, like that. Outside of you just being like, all right, I'm tired of this nigga, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We get it, bro. Because I've heard people say that about non-rappers too. There's people like Mary J. Blige. She's one of my favorite singers. There's people that I've talked to, they be like, man, she's always sad about something. Like, bro, what if that's just her life? But you know what I'm saying? Like,
she been through some things, though.
She's still going through stuff.
But the other
I
part,
think that's different with singers. You get to constantly express. It's more.
And to piggyback off that too, like maybe she's still singing about the things that she's going through because all the generations growing up following her and beginning to listen to her music are going through those same things. So it's still relatable, no matter how long she's been in the game.
I think not so much my gripe, y'all, isn't with. I get that it can be pain and struggle on any type of level because you can have $1 billion in the bank and still have struggles in your life. Right. What I'm saying is the particular content, that at least I see Sugar talking about sometimes as far as people like doubting you and everything else, I think that is no longer like I don't really consider that to be a struggle for him as far as doubting your abilities to be able to rap and do things. Now, mental health or other things and stuff like that can always be like a struggle, but that lane in particular, I don't think that'd be like I said. That'd be like Jeff Bezos saying like, people said I wasn't gonna make it and I don't have enough money, and you just like, for what, to buy fucking Mars? Like, what are you like?
I definitely, I'm gonna have to agree. Definitely,
I like that mindset though, but it's just like, bro, you keep telling yourself that you don't need to like tell us.
I agree. I understand what Nick is saying. Basically, like, not to be, he's like, how can I explain this? Because I totally understand what you're really saying right now. It's like him not being.
What more?
The doubt part basically is like, no one's really doubting you, so that shouldn't be in the front of your mental. Like, I understand that's what got you here.
I can't get comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not really comfort.
That too.
I feel like that's not comfort though. Like taking that out of your mind. Like, okay, now that they're not doubting me, I have to figure out what's the next step. That's really what it is. You have to figure out the next step instead of staying in that one lane.
If I'm looking at it like, oh, nobody doubts me, the one thing you can't, and especially with this space, you can't get comfortable in it.
Imagine Daniel
can't-
Day-Lewis and
that's
Leo,
why
like
you don't
niggas
want
still
your work to
doubting
fall
me out
off.
here. He like,
You gotta like think about it like this, right? Think about like a lot of the artists that we grew up watching, and like just some of the greatest ones of all time. They were known for pushing the bar a little bit, like whether it would be with lyrically or performance wise. There was something there that they always push things with. So it's like you're just trying to not stay in one spot. And I think maybe by talking or changing what you talk about might change you artistically in a way that
It could definitely change the way you're viewed. Because if you look at over here, hip hop culture, people are starting to change the way they look at Meek Mill. Why? Because he's not rapping about the street, the gun life. He's starting to rap about this stuff like Jay-Z is now. How Jay-Z changing his style of rap. It's a part of growing up as a human being.
Facts.
That's definitely
I just feel like
understandable.
sometimes it's cool to take your victory lap too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like some like flex. Like sometimes, like you said, that was the whole thing with the gym and joint, with the whole like nigga, I got my billboards and all this flex. Young King. Sometimes it's cool to let these dick eaters know what's going on.
I think it's cool to also, because I feel like this is, as soon as y'all say sugar rap, this is what I think of.
Yes.
Tony Montana, his version of Tony Montana, everything that I've seen from him is what I think. I feel like it's all in one vein. Now, not to say he hasn't done more, but I feel like as far as like solo, I would definitely want to see the other realms of his artistry. Well, he wrote Just One Day. You know what I'm saying? Which is a great, it's a beautiful song. So there's that. I think I kind of want to see more in that zone and everything, or not just that zone, but just any other one, like to kind of see a complete picture of his artistry is kind of where I'm getting from all that we were saying right here. But y'all go.
Now, I get exactly what you guys are saying, but I don't think this is that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so neither. I just was talking.
Oh, so like, I mean, this song is a duality song, obviously, especially with the beat change. Everything he's saying in the beginning is like, what he wanted in the very beginning. And then, I mean, it's like, it's science class. The closer you are to a light, the bigger shadow you cast, right? He's saying that I'm so far ahead, I'm so high up, my shadow was huge. I never thought I was going to be this high. I'm scared to be this fucking high. I don't want to shine. I don't want, all the fame and these are the things I've asked for, but now that I'm here, I don't know if I want them. And that's when you kind of get the second part, to kind of paraphrase. I'm leaving some meat on the bone for Kurt.
Go off.
He's going to go in. But, and that's pretty much what he's talking about. He's like, and then the second half is like, you are me and I am him. So everything he's saying to the first part is a response to the second part is a response to the first part. His shadow is now talking to him. That's who you hear rapping in the second half of the song. And it's like, you and me, I and him, we share the same body. We ain't always going to agree what the fuck is going on, but this is what it is. This is the situation. Deal with it. Get over it. This is what you asked for. This is what you're dealing with now. So along with that light, it also comes the shadow. Like, I don't want to shine. Like, you could be in a light, but you're not shining unless the light is directly on you. You know what I mean? So I don't want to shine. I just want to be cool. I want to be rich. I want those things. And you see that the door closed, and you also saw the guys in the black hoodies outside the doors. When you go through that hallway, there's 7 doorways, not counting the one that he's standing in front of. It's kind of like the 7 members of BTS, the things that they have to deal with. You know what I mean? Like
7 deadly sins.
the 7 deadly sins to go
could be
along with the
anything.
fame and everything else. And it was like
7 gates of hell too, or am I?
Yeah,
tripping?
yeah. Yeah, Map of Soul 7. And it's like some things move too fast. And I want shit just to pause. And he has that part in the joint too. And it was like, you know what I mean? Like, you can never break me off. Whatever you do, like, I'm going to be here. This is a part of the fame that you asked for. You want to be the king. You want to be the top. You want it all yours. This is the other side of that. This is the sword of Damocles, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, you sitting in the king's chair, but that sword is always hanging over your head. Somebody's always coming for you. Like, there's always a darker side to whatever you ask for.
Palms are sweaty.
Yeah. No, but really, but like, that's what it is. So like, this is why this is one of my favorite songs. Kind of like with Black Swan, because it's like relatable. So everybody, like, you want to be, everybody wants to be like, you guys want to be great actors, but you also, and well, you are a great actor, but you want to be famous. Exactly, you want to be on those.
Be king.
Yeah. I'm not trying to slight. You
want to be at the Oscars.
You want to be in those rooms, right? But like with that also comes backlash. So the more famous you are, you're gonna have bitches coming at you all crazy. You might get swept up in some drama, some bullshit. Oh, I was with him last night. No, you wasn't with me. I don't even know who you are. But it's gonna come because of the fame, because they want some of the spotlight that you have, but they don't want the shadow that you cast. You know what I mean? So all that's irrelevant, and that's why I specifically love this song, because it's like it touches on that without like beating you over the head with it heavy. It's kind of subtle, and like there was another verse in which he talks about that as well, where the difference between Agust D, Yoongi, and whatever else he has to deal with in the group, or Sugar, excuse me. And it's like
that album would go crazy.
Yeah,
imagine like the Sugar verse Agust D album with them on the front looking at you.
That's what I thought of.
But talk about that.
Like, when you hear the song, you almost get a preview of what it could be, because you hear two different styles.
Cassidy did it. It didn't work out that good.
Yeah, but that's...
I enjoyed it.
That was his best album.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think everybody else did.
Go nuts.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about this one. For one, I love that this is Map of the Soul 7. I love that this symbolically is that journey of trying to find yourself, that identity. Shadow, if you've ever heard of like Carl Jung, the idea of the shadow self, your subconscious, the things that you bury about yourself, whether it's those richness, those desires, those greed, it could be healthy for you too. But essentially, the whole journey about you can't reach your higher self until you embrace your shadow self. And I love that symbolism is in here with the Map of the Soul, just that journey of trying to find yourself, and within obviously the Suge Agust D thing. I really just love seeing that journey, that progress. Because you definitely, to get to your higher self, you have to embrace that shadow self. This video is a masterclass in and of itself. The video starts with the camera kind of panning towards the darker version of him, I suppose. And then you get that facade, they break the fourth wall, so to speak, when it goes into the mirror. So it's like literally the closer you get to the darkness self, the smaller like he is, and then it zooms into him. It's just, but that mirror realm, that idea of the mirror realm is the purgatory, the purgatory between, the shadow self and who you want to be. Funny enough too, even when he's against the door, after the second half of when it goes through the mirror, his hair actually looks a little bit gray, which I thought was a nice touch, because you know how we say the gold was the Agust D and the black hair is Yoongi, is Suge. So I thought that gray was like literally the mixing of, that shot right there is like the mixing almost. I didn't know if it was just the light or if I was like reading into that too much, but I just thought, if nothing else, it conveyed the symbolism for me of, in the hallway, you're literally between doors, the purgatory. And you have all the shadow people chasing him throughout. He's spread out along that silhouette shot where it's like he has like the Christ-like imagery with like the arms spread and the legs together, and the camera's up high looking down on him and everything. And I thought the hook was really interesting too, because you have the idea of, I just want to stay where I'm at almost. I don't want to go any higher, but I don't want to be dragged down by my demons or anything like that, or by these shadows. And he even described it within the hook or within one of the bars as vertigo, which I thought was a perfect analogy. You're literally at that fear where you're in that almost like that stasis of like you talk about fight, flight, or freeze. And he was just literally
flight.
Just frozen in that moment. So I thought all that was really interesting as well. Towards the end of the video, I thought was interesting because you had the red hue of the lights with the shadow self, and they're taking pictures of him. And I don't want to read into that too much, but if you've ever seen the SK film, the horror film, The Wailing, there's a moment at the end, and that was where I had first learned about the mythology of it. But if you take a picture of someone, essentially there's
you capture their soul.
You've captured the soul. And at the end of this, the red hue, all the shadow figures take the picture of him, and he literally disappears in the frame as though his soul was captured. I thought that gave me chills when I saw that. But the funny thing is, it was camera phones, so it was literally the audience, like the audience capturing your soul within the artwork that you're creating, which I just thought like that metaphor blew me away, if that was so conveyed. But yeah, I could probably go on about this all day, honestly. This video is a masterclass, and I thought the song was equally as impressive.
Anybody else? Like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Redeemers. Let us know what other Sugar tracks you want us to get into. This was a dope, decent video and a great discussion. Have one with us in the comments. We love y'all. Gonna holler at y'all.
Love y'all.
Boy, there.
Take care.